Hey, yo, what's going on right now? You watching Casino is the Name, and my cousin just hit me up. He just texted me this morning saying that he's been watching the videos and, you know, he's very interested in becoming an accountant, even though he doesn't really like math. Okay, now let's address a myth about accounting. Okay, so believe it or not, a lot of people, whenever I say, hey, you know, maybe you should think about getting an accounting degree, and they're already in business school or whatever, and they say, oh, no, accounting, that's too much math for me. And I'm like, wait. So the misconception about accounting is that it's a lot of math, when accounting isn't actually math, right? So whenever I tell people, oh, well, accounting isn't math, they're always like, what? No, because if it's not if accounting isn't math, then what is it, right? And I tell people, well, accounting is actually a language. It's the language of business, right? When you talk about debits and credits, you talk about assets and liabilities, that's really just a language. The most math that you would probably use is adding and subtracting and multiplying and dividing. Now, there may be some formulas that you may have to use, so I guess you can go maybe into algebra or something like that, but more than likely you won't. You know, we're not doing that kind of stuff. We're not really, you know, unless you're in a position like a statistician or something like that, like we're not really doing statistics and things like that. I struggle in statistics. As an accountant, we're thinking exact numbers. We need to balance. And statistics is like the exact opposite of that. So I took accounting 1, and then the next semester I was taking a statistics class. So of course, I think it was like the next semester. It might have been even in the same semester. But I was taking a statistics class while I'm, you know, took accounting 1, maybe in accounting 2, and trying to take a statistics class. And accounting 1, you know, having to balance and make sure your Excel sheet balances at the end and all of that kind of stuff. You know, it was very much so it was training you to think one way, and then statistics class was like basically teaching you to do something else. And I didn't understand statistics until right in the end. Okay, like right in the end, I was like, are you serious? The reason I struggled in statistics class is because in statistics, you're not looking for an exact number. It is a range. Do you know I was in like the last 2 weeks of a like 16 or 8-week class or whatever? I was like the last 2 weeks when I realized this, that all this time I'm getting, you know, something close to an exact number, but not an exact number. And that drove me crazy because I didn't know I wasn't supposed to get an exact number. Thank you, accounting 1. Thank you. Because you messed me up for a statistics class. But as an accountant, we think exact number. You know, we think around, you know, a roundabout number. Like, I had no idea. Well, we want exact numbers, and statistics was more, you know, something close to it. Completely messes you up. So that was actually still somewhere in between. Even statistics class is somewhere in between a math and science class. It is not necessarily math. It's not necessarily science. It's just somewhere in between. But accounting is really just a language. And so I know nurses who had to have a higher level of math than I did. I know nurses who had to have, I think, calculus or something like that, maybe trigonometry. I don't know. They had to have something more than what I had to have. I had to have 6 credit hours of math classes through my program, which was algebra, which you get 3 credit hours, or you can take some other math. And that was what was required for my degree. And so I took a CLIP test. I was really, really good at math though. So I wasn't ever shy about the math part. And I also thought since I was good in math, that it meant that I needed to be an accountant based off of everybody telling me, oh, you good at math, you should be an accountant. And I didn't really know what an accountant was. So I went into accounting thinking since I was good at math, or I didn't mind math at all, that accounting would be a great position or a great situation for me. But really, it's not even math. As a matter of fact, I worked as an auditor and I almost did no math, right? Like the math that I did was very minimal. And I'm pretty sure I probably did more math in the military than I did as an auditor working as an auditor. So why was that? Because I was a performance auditor. I was auditing programs. The most math that I would do is saying, okay, they had $100 million budget for 10 years, which is equal to $1 billion. And of this $1 billion, if there's any kind of discrepancy or any kind of money is possible to be stolen or misappropriated, it would mean that $1 billion is possible over a 10-year time frame to be misappropriated. So something like that. But it's like the most math that I would do. It might be like they have 10 programs and then plus 5, and they're planning to grow another 5 next year, which would bring that to 15 programs. That would be like the most math that I've had to do as an accountant, in audit. Like I haven't done very much math. And there are nurses who are doing body mass indexes and stuff like that. They're doing BMI, trying to figure out how much medicine they can give somebody and stuff like that. And so they're doing math more than I ever did. Now, is it possible that I could be in some kind of accounting position where it's heavy on math, right? Like if I'm doing tax, even then they really just adding and subtracting and, they might do they might say, okay, well, 10% of this or 25% of this number can be claimed on taxes or something like that. And so, but that's like nothing. There's people at Best Buy can do that. So why couldn't those people at Best Buy be accountants? It's not really that heavy predicated on math. And you usually create maybe like an Excel sheet that has like the formula that you want to use. You could say A1 plus B1 equals, or sum is in C1, right? You'll put that formula in and you'll just put the numbers in A1 and B1, and C1 populates a number for you. You're not actually sitting there with calculators and stuff like that. But you still would need to know, what you're trying to obtain, I guess. But it's definitely not heavily predicated on math. So I just wanted to do this video so that you guys can see that accounting is not really math. It's not really math. Anyway, right now you're watching Casino Is the Name. If you find any value in these videos, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And most importantly, do not be afraid of accounting because you do not like math. Because you will end up going to school for something and having to do more math than me. And, oh yeah, since we on this subject, to prevent having to have like higher level maths, you just find a school that says you don't have to be super heavy in the math section, because different degree programs require different things. That's the difference between a science degree and an arts degree. One is more predicated on the arts as the base, and then the other one is more predicated on sciences. So, one you may be able to take like art history or art appreciation as a class, and another one will say you need to take biology as a class. Both of them will still get you a particular degree. You can get an associate's in arts in accounting, and you can get an associate's, sorry, I just said associates. You can get a Bachelor of Arts in accounting, and you can still get a Bachelor of Science in accounting. You know what? I'm gonna do a whole nother video on that. Anyway, right now you're watching Casino Is the Name. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and we out. There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino Is the Name.